My career, I spent 5 years as president of a school for predominantly first-gen students, high school. And before that, I spent 20 years in the energy business.
My name is Gretchen Richter, and I am a part-time volunteer for CareerSpring. And I just wanted to tell all of you what a privilege it is to be with you today. On behalf of our entire team, we all have a heart for students like you. And I just want you to know that we're in your corner and that all the hard work that you're doing is going to pay off. And we're working hard to make sure that it does.
Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Salas. I am the executive coordinator at CareerSpring, and I was actually a student at Cristo Rey where Paul used to be president. I'm a native Houstonian, and then my parents are from Mexico, and I was the first one in my family to graduate from college. I went to Bryn Mawr in Philadelphia, and my brother is actually a University of Houston student, so he, spends a lot of time there, and sometimes we go to the cafe or the games room and stuff like that. So I'm constantly on campus.
Well, I think at this time, it probably makes sense for us for me to tell you a little bit about CareerSpring and why we're doing what we're doing. A little more background on me. I spent, as I mentioned, 20 years in the energy business. And most recently, I was a managing director at JP Morgan. I ran our global energy trading business. So I didn't really have a lot of experience in education. But in 2014, I had something happen to me that fundamentally changed the path of my life. The founding president of Cristo Rey Jesuit, this guy, Father Martinez, was diagnosed with stomach cancer. And the school called me and asked if I'd leave JP Morgan to come and lead the school for 6 to 12 months. Well, it was going to be an interim assignment. But I accepted, and I spent the next 5 years. It turned out to be 5 years as president of the school. And it was amazing. And in fact, I'm here today in the library because I'm teaching at the school today. But that experience fundamentally changed the way I view the world. I became more aware of the growing inequality in the US, and I specifically became concerned about workforce development. If 80% of the kids in Houston are low income, what are they all going to do for a living? How do we make sure everybody has the dignity of work? And so I started really focus on that, and I saw a great challenge and opportunity for our country. On the one hand, I saw that we have millions of first generation college students. And that's amazing. And many of you are making it to and through. But I also realized that very often the students would get to the finish line and they didn't have the information or the network or the social capital to find meaningful employment. And they'd often go on to be underemployed. And that to me was a massive shame. And at the same time, employers, I could tell you when I was at JP Morgan, we're always looking for talent. It's always a struggle to find quality talent. And specifically, you always hear about, well, we're having trouble finding diverse talent. And to me, it's like, well, you're just not looking in the right places. And what an awesome opportunity if I can help match all these amazing students with all these companies that want to expand and want to do better about hiring quality talent. And so I went down this path for the last couple of years. And I also realized when I was president that I get calls all the time from students, alumni, saying, hey, Mr. Pasoli, do you know anybody hiring a marketing major from U of H or an engineering student? And I'd say, look, I don't, but let me make some calls. And anytime I made a call for a student and made a connection, they almost always did really well. They just needed the door open. They just didn't have the network. And so I thought, well, that's a great use of my time as a business person. If I could spend 30 minutes and get a student on a path of full employment versus underemployment, well, that's about as good a 30 minutes as I'm going to be able to spend in my life. And so how can we do that at scale? How can I do what I've been doing for dozens of students? How do we do that for thousands of students across America, for every first gen student across America, in every city in the US? And that's what led me to CareerSpring. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And what you're going to see is we're essentially an online networking and placement platform for first generation low income students. And we just launched in August of 2020, but we already have 60 partners, U of H being one of them, and we're really fired up about that. So glad to be here today. We have 450 advisors on the platform already, so professionals that want to talk to students like you. And we've got dozens of employers that are posting jobs and internships on the platform. And we launched in New York, Chicago, and Houston. But our vision is that every first generation student in America will find meaningful employment. So we're thinking big, and we want to be in every city in America. So I'll pause with that. I know we've got a video to show you, and then Gretchen or Rebecca are going to take you through the platform and show you a demo.
All right, just give me one second. Thank you, Paul, and I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, can you all see the YouTube okay? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Can't hear it though.
The audio is a little low for me, Dr. Bidding.
I don't hear any audio.
I don't hear any audio.
You can't hear it? Okay, give me one moment. Sorry about that.
I think you'll have to just turn your volume up as well, because I could hear a little something.
A little bit, okay.
Yeah, me, I
A
could.
little
I don't
bit,
know if others.
okay. Do you all hear it at all? Let's see. Let's see, let me try again.
Hi, my name is Chelsea, and I had the opportunity of exploring CareerSpring as a student. The very first thing that I did upon logging into the platform was looking at its expansive career video library, where I got to learn about a whole lot of different professionals in different fields and their day-to-day experiences, as well as any advice that they may have for someone interested in pursuing that field of work as well. But what really was important, and I think the most valuable resource for me from CareerSpring, was getting to meet with a career advisor. I got to choose someone who was actually in the same kind of role that I was interested in pursuing. And so getting to meet with her and learn about her experience from graduation all the way into her current position really helped give me a pathway to explore ways that I could do the same. And she also was able to provide me with a lot of practical advice that I just hadn't really known about or really thought about in that pursuit. The best part of it, though, was actually her helping me get connected with someone in the field and with an employer that I'm actually really interested in working with. And that really has allowed me to continue the conversation even beyond CareerSpring and, potentially see where it could go in the future. So I'm very grateful for my experience with CareerSpring, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who is kind of exploring their career options and where they want to go upon graduation, or maybe where they already are after graduation. But they just don't know how to make those next steps. So I would highly, highly recommend it for them.
Okay, so we can go ahead and transition to Gretchen and Rebecca from here.
Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen with all of you. We're going to go to the CareerSpring website. So what I'm going to start with is a video that's very short, but I want to show it because I think it does an excellent job of reiterating the problem that we see and also what we've done to try to address that problem. So I'm going to play this. Let me know if you can't hear it.
Today, more than 30% of the 17 million undergraduates in the U.S. are first-generation college students. These young men and women demonstrate resilience, grit, and determination in pursuing the American dream, but they often lack the information and social network that facilitates the upward mobility of so many in our society. As a result, a majority of first-generation graduates go on to be underemployed, accepting jobs beneath their capacity, despite their education and incredible potential. This isn't only life-altering for these students, but it also results in billions of dollars in potential economic value lost for our country. Meanwhile, our labor market is rapidly evolving. Artificial intelligence is replacing more jobs. Baby boomers are retiring, and our demographics are changing faster than ever before. To keep up with these shifts, employers must find ways to attract diverse, high-quality candidates. And first-generation college graduates must gain the information and social network they need to launch meaningful careers. Responding to these challenges is actually an incredible opportunity for our nation. This is why CareerSpring engages a network of first-generation students and graduates, employers, educators, community organizations, and volunteers through an online career platform. This platform provides career information from our video library, advice from experienced professionals and job placement services that unlock the career potential of first-generation graduates and assist employers in hiring diverse top talent. Join us. Together, we'll connect first-generation potential with future opportunity.
Okay, so before we actually log on to the platform, I just want to highlight a couple of things for you. I think this will be very encouraging. I want to highlight some of the partners that we have who are just, on our mission with us, who really care about first-gen students. And also for University of Houston students, I want to highlight that I think you guys are uniquely poised to be really benefiting from all of these partnerships because we have just the largest footprint in Houston, and that means that the largest number of advisors, job opportunities are here. And so I really want to encourage you to register, get on the platform, and start taking advantage of these free resources. I also want to just point out the people that are behind the mission. As Paul said, we launched in 3 different cities, Chicago, Houston, and New York. And I'd just like to point this out because there are very meaningful executives on our boards, and they're all really passionate about helping you guys. And I just want you to think of us as a network that is really passionate about helping kids. I mean, whenever we talk to Paul, it always comes back to, does it help kids? Then yeah, we're gonna do it. And so I just want you guys to know you're not alone. We really, come to work passionate and really want to see lives changed. And we believe that's happening. So we kind of like to say we have 3 legs to the stool. So we do 3 things, basically. We inform, we advise, and we place. So how do we inform? We inform through something called the Career Video Library. And I actually like this real short compilation, and then we'll log on and I'll show it to you, because I think it gives you an idea of the type of information that you're going to get through the library.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deborah Deep Mouton, and I'm a multi-genre writer, educator, and executive director in the city of Houston.
My name is Jeff Feller, and I'm a high school athletic director.
My name is Brother Jesse Quintanilla.
And my name is Dr. Sarah Ramirez.
My name is Dominique McCoy.
Yara Ochu. Samarani. Joanna.
Michael Scrutchin. Peter Obi.
Stephanie Arias.
First, find your passion, and once you find that passion, chase it.
And I think that our best step is to approach our role with humility and to also learn from every single person we have the opportunity to do so.
Seek out opportunities, never stop, be relentless in your pursuits.
Take advantage of everything that CareerSpring has to offer. And I promise you'll find everything you've been working so hard for. So go make it happen.
That always gives me the chills. I just love that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave the main website and we're going to log in. We're going to tell you information later about how you guys can get on the website. So we're going to log in. And what's going to start the whole thing is your dashboard. This is going to be personal to you. If I had some upcoming meetings, it would be here. I don't personally have any meetings, but this is personal to me. And so let's start with inform. We inform through the video library. We access it right up here. And we've set this up really conveniently so that you can search either by keyword or by industry. So let's say you're studying finance and you want information about financial services. What comes up are all the professionals who have taken the time to film a video, and this is available at any time. And all of the professionals basically have been asked the same questions. It's what is a day in the life like for you? What was the path to your profession? What's the best part of your job, the worst part of your job? What are some things you wish you knew? What are compensation ranges that you can expect? And then at the end, probably my favorite part is that we've asked all of these folks really to kind of dig deep and be honest and just share heartfelt advice. And I think there's some just incredible wealth of information from these folks. And so our hope here is that it will inspire you, that it'll inform you, that you'll learn about occupations that you didn't even know existed. And then also it'll help inform maybe what you might be most talented. I believe that we all have natural gifts and talents given to us by God. And so hopefully it will help you guys zero in on something that will make you successful. So I'm just going to show you just a little bit of one so you get a sense, but we're not going to watch all of it.
Hello, my name is David Van Valeerbergen, and I'm an entrepreneur and financial professional that currently serves as the CFO of Fernway, a cannabis branded products business based in Northampton, Massachusetts.
So I just wanted to kind of show you that to give you some idea of the format. They're all between 5-8 minutes long, something like that, but you're going to get the same kind of consistent information from all of these folks. So the next part of what we do is we advise. So the way that we advise is through our advisor forum. And our advisor forum is filled with professionals who've been vetted by us or through our advisory boards. And these are volunteers who just have a heart for you guys and want to help you. And so in the same way that you could filter and search in the career video library, you can filter and search here as well. So let's say I want, see what comes up here. So these are all individuals who have said, yeah, I'll take time. Idara works for us on our advisory board in New York. She's wonderful. So we're going to click on her profile. This links up with Idara's LinkedIn. And so I have the opportunity as a student to take a look at her background, where she grew up, where she went to school. Obviously, a very, very impressive woman. This is her career video library, so I could watch that. But let's say, you guys have an upcoming interview and you need somebody to do a mock interview with you. You'd like somebody to review your resume. For some reason, my account is not allowing me to book. Sorry about that. Normally what would happen is I would just book a time with her and send her a little note. And she and I would set up a time and have our meeting. And then afterward, we'd both be given the opportunity to fill out a survey. And you could even recommend Idara for up to other students, or Idara could recommend other advisors. This is a great student. I'm not sure what that is. We'll get that fixed, but it's very, very simple. She has the opportunity to tell us when she's available and the conversation takes place. So the next part is we place. So we inform through the video library, we advise through the advisor forum, and then we place. So this is probably the most exciting part for you guys. All of those employer partners that I pointed out, one of the opportunities that they have with our partnership with them is posting jobs. And like I said, our biggest footprint is in Houston. So there are a lot of great opportunities here. And this one part here is what I find to be one of the most exciting things about the website or the platform. Have you guys ever heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know? I think it's a very, very common saying. And I think there's a lot of truth to it. When I talk to professionals, a lot of them got the jobs they got because they knew somebody. And so what we do here is we identify, let's say this looks like a job that I might be interested in. Before I even want to apply, we are identifying people on the website that either work there or who have worked there, who said, I'd be willing to do a consultation with you. So it's immediately giving you access to somebody who's there, who can give you real-time information about what the culture is like, maybe some tips on if you've got an interview, things like that. So what I think is the most powerful part of the platform is right here, because we're actually giving you opportunities, but we're also connecting you with professionals who care about you, want you to be successful, and have given their time for you. So don't miss out on this once you guys are on. Take advantage of this. And then a recent resource that we added that's very, very exciting is this toolkit. And we have HR professionals who have helped us put this together, and candidate coaches who are willing to go through this just wealth of information about everything from writing resumes to cover letters to how to interview, how to tell your story. And you can request as a student on our platform to go through this candidate coaching curriculum with one of our coaches. And this little link is just basically giving you access to all of these resources. So I think that's going to be my part. And Rebecca, are you ready to take over?
Yes, I can take over.
Okay.
All right.
Stop sharing.
Okay, so basically to get registered, it's pretty simple. What I'll do first is put in the chat the instructions. Is the chat? Okay. And I'll go ahead and go through these as well. So the first thing you would want to do is essentially click the link in the instructions. It'll take you here to our sign up page. And because you guys attended this demo, what we've done is created a passcode exclusively for you all. So please do not share this. It will be just for you. But basically the passcode is in the chat. It's just Cougs, all caps. So you would type that in here into that link. And then what will happen is that it'll ask you to essentially answer a few questions. And a lot of these are basic information like what school did you go to? What are you majoring in? You know, what are you interested in? And a lot of these can be auto-populated if you have a LinkedIn. You can connect your LinkedIn and it'll just speed everything up. But if you don't have one, you know, I definitely suggest that you take the time to register and answer as thoughtfully as possible, because basically what happens is that the platform has artificial intelligence. So what's great about it is that based on your profile, it'll give you, you know, matches that, you know, fit your interests, your desired career, your desired industry, the city that you want to work in. For example, my profile, I have that I'm interested in nonprofits and education, and I'm interested in Houston. And so I have folks who do that kind of work here in Houston. But for example, if I wanted to work at Starbucks, right, in their corporate office, right, I can type that in, and, or, you know, if I fill that out in my profile, I'll be shown folks who work there. Or for example, if I want to work at Disney Channel or stuff like that, I'll get those matches as well. So I definitely encourage you to do that. The passcode will only stay open until Friday at 5 p.m. That way we only give it, you know, for you folks who attended. If you do have friends who are first gen and low income or low income and they, you know, want to sign up as well, I would encourage you to ask them to visit our website. Oh, how do I move this? So the website is just CareerSpring.org, and all they have to do is go here to sign up and fill out, say that they don't have a passcode. So please don't give them the passcode that we shared today, but they would just have to answer a few questions so that we can make sure that they are first generation or low income students. Another thing I wanted to say was I definitely recommend that you do this as soon as possible. Basically, you know, I was a first gen student myself, and I always tried to find internships kind of like around this time, like early March, kind of before spring break. So I think CareerSpring can definitely give you a head start for that. And what's also great is that, you know, the video library can also really help you to see that the major that you're studying for right now, you know, can, you know, be fruitful in many different ways. So you can see there's folks who are like doctors and they majored in English, right? Which has, you would think that would be impossible. But the videos just show you like all the different pathways that you can take with what you're studying. And another thing I would really encourage you to do is considering the fact that we are in the pandemic right now. CareerSpring can give you the chance to network despite the fact that we can't really go to networking events on campus, for example, or, you know, anything in person. So what's great is that the platform, the way that Gretchen showed, you know, it lets you basically message folks, or you can basically book a consultation, which is just a video chat like she mentioned, but it's within the platform. So it just makes it super easy to expand your network and access folks that you might not have access to otherwise. I myself know that, like, being a first generation student myself, I don't know anyone in my family or in my extended circle who works at Disney or at the corporate office in Starbucks, right? So that just, you know, it's extra resources for you to have and to take advantage of. And yeah, what I'll also do is go ahead and share our admin email in the chat. So it's just admin@careerspring.org, and you can always message us if you have any questions. But yeah, I think now we can open it up to any questions y'all have about CareerSpring as a whole. Let me stop sharing.
Thank you, Rebecca. So students, you can either unmute yourself or leave any questions that you have in the chat, either about the services, resources, or mentoring networking opportunities that are available. So there are internship and full-time opportunities across most majors, but any questions that you have, this is your chance to ask them to the team.
While we're waiting for questions, I also wanted to say that, you know, at this point we have 200 videos in the library. We hope to have 350 by the end of our first year. We have 60 partners. We intend to have 100 by August. So if you have disciplines, if there's things you're interested in and you go out on the platform and you don't see someone that actually covers whatever you're interested in, just let us know. We'll find them. You know, our goal is to have actually for every first-gen student in America, a professional that they can talk to for whatever they're interested in. So what we intend to have, we have 450 advisors now, we think we'll have 10,000 advisors in every city across every discipline and every industry. So that's the objective. So if there's some real demand for something, we'll definitely add it. So let us know.
I did see one question, and that was, do you have resources to help people with disabilities? Okay.
Not yet.
We do have resources at the University of Career Services. We have a counseling team, and we've had some programming, but you definitely can make an appointment, and we're happy to assist you and also connect you with employers that will hire students with disabilities or disability-friendly employers.
And we're happy to take also any suggestions for like specific resources that, y'all may be looking for, that we can, maybe if you email us and you're looking for something specific, we can try to look into it.
Someone's asking, do you have contacts at the Big Four accounting, Big Four from accounting?
Yeah, so far,
PMG, PwC.
Yeah, PwC and Deloitte so far are partners. I intend, we'll have all of them. I know U of H obviously has relationships with those firms too, but you'll see if you go on the platform, we probably have at least 10 professionals from those firms that are available as advisors. And I do think, with the big firms, U of H is going to do a great job finding opportunities and placing you in those firms. And you could also use CareerSpring to talk to 5 or 6 partners from those firms in a not intimidating way. It's not an interview. Just go in, have some chats, ask dumb questions. It's a great opportunity for you because there's no downside and they're not expecting anything. So for you, especially if you're going to interview with Deloitte, maybe you get on with a PwC person and you're like, okay, like, look, I'm about to interview with Deloitte, tell me what I should be ready for. So the idea is we just want to help where we can and be another arrow in the quiver for the Career Services Department. So continue to work with U of H and then use us as needed.
Yeah, Paul is correct. U of H, they're going to do a great job, especially over in Bauer, placing you and helping you get placed in those accounting positions. But like Paul said, use CareerSpring and us as a resource to do those informational interviews to understand the fit of the organization. We do have one question from Manuel. Does the site stay up to date with letting any applicants know whether an internship or job is remote or in person? I did see in the title that some positions had virtual as a indication.
Yeah, we try to make that clear in each posting, whether they're virtual or some of them are virtual and in person. They give you the choice, so we try to make that clear.
And one of the reasons that we set it up the way we set it up is because what I found with a lot of our students is that they'd apply to jobs on Indeed.com and not hear anything. And I'm not slamming Indeed. I'm sure it's a great platform, but I wanted to make sure that we had a resource that if you apply for something, you're going to hear back from us, whether or not it works out. And if it doesn't work out, we're going to say, okay, well, let's find something that does. And so that's a big part of what we're doing. So we are going to be different from that standpoint. You will get feedback.
So to answer the other questions, the platform is very new. So we launched in August last year for kind of like, getting advisors, getting some videos. But then for students, we launched in October, I believe. And then the jobs portion, we launched it closer to the end of November, if I'm remembering correctly. So it is pretty new. To answer some of the other questions I've seen. I don't think it's too soon to be looking for internships. As a college student, I personally used to look at internships around this time. So I think right now, the fact that you're on this call is awesome. And hopefully you'll get on the platform right after and start looking at your options. In terms of contacting folks in your field, I would say, just register and you can, as soon as you register, you can start making appointments to talk with folks. So you don't need to email us before that. You just go ahead and follow the steps that are in the chat. Just type in the passcode COOGS, get in the link, fill out your profile. And then as soon as you do that, you can go look at the advisors that are matched with you. You can choose to, if they do interest, you can choose to book a consultation with them, or you can message them, or you can look at the other folks that are on there. There's over 450 of them. So you have a lot of this. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it was clear, but we have a filter mechanism so you can type in things you're interested in and the people will pop up, and then you can just message them and say, I'd love to chat with you. And most of them have synced their calendar. So it's really simple. You can see that they're available Thursday at 4:30 and you book the consultation, they accept, and then you get on the platform and have a discussion like we're having here through video.
I see another question about a mentoring program. So we don't have an actual structured mentoring program. We don't require for advisors to like meet with you weekly or anything like that. And we don't require you to do anything weekly or monthly as well. So it's really all up to you to how much time you have, how much you want to invest in it. It is a free platform. And basically you get to choose who you want to talk to and when. So for example, I have a student who I just met with a few days ago who she said, you know, she wanted some advice about how to make the most of her time in college. So I told her, you know, you can join these clubs, you can do these things to study better, stuff like that. And she said, okay, I'll book a consultation with you soon, because she wanted to stay in touch. But that's not, you know, if you want to just meet 4 different people and on your own time, you can do that. Or if you want to like find a person you want to stay in touch with, you can do that as well. So it's all totally up to you.
I'll add that it's a one-way street. In other words, the advisors can't see you. We set it up in a way so they don't see you. They can't reach out to you. The only time you'll have contact is if you reach out to them, and that was deliberately done that way. The other thing I'll tell you is that we are pretty early stages, and so we may not have a job that fits what you're looking for right now. But I'd keep checking, because Blackstone just became one of our partners, and they have 50 portfolio companies that they're going to introduce us to. And every one of those companies has jobs. And so our objective, every time we add one of these private equity firms, we'll get reach into all their companies, and then those companies will post jobs. And I'd expect that if you're a senior, you know, we got to start looking for full-time. But if you're a sophomore, freshman, sophomore, or junior, keep an eye out, because a lot of jobs are coming.
Okay. To answer the question about using the COOGS passcode, basically the way that the reason we made this passcode is because it's just the easiest way for you to sign up. If you don't use the passcode, the alternative would be to go to the website, click sign up, and that form asks you for a bunch of information about if you're a first gen or low income student, because we do try to make sure that the platform, you know, we don't have like a rich student who has all these connections joining us, right? Because that's not who we're meant to be serving. So yeah, this passcode just makes it easy, gets you in right away, versus if you fill out a Google form and then a day later we approve you, send you the invite and everything. We have talked about making this an app in the future, but we don't have any structured plans for that yet. Tiffany, do y'all have a sense of if you'll be uploading this recording anywhere?
Yeah, so I'll pop I was looking for our link, but we'll include the link to our YouTube channel in the chat. And so usually we have the recording available within the next and posted within the next few days.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be both first gen and low income to use the platform. You can be either or. And Gretchen, I know she wanted me to share the webinar, so I'll go ahead and share my screen for a second. So basically, when you sign in, you'll have your dashboard, and it just, at the very beginning, it tells you things you can explore. And so here you can explore some webinars we have. So it's our videos. We have 180 videos where it's career professionals talking about their roles, but we also have these videos that basically talk about specific industries, or for example, like how to ace a case interview, or how to, you know, do better with your cover letter, or how to, you know, find jobs and stuff like that. So I'm glad you brought that up, Gretchen.
The only other thing I want to point out is that the career video library, not everybody who's done one of those videos is an advisor, but many people that did a video, they are advisors. And Rebecca, can you point out where you can tell? Like, so if you see a video and you really connect with this person, let's do Adara. Actually, if you go to the video library, I know that she's both. So Adara has done a video about her role at Barclays, but she also has agreed to be an advisor, and how you can tell is right here. Thanks. So there's a quick link there, but when we engage with employer partners, or we ask people to be a volunteer, they have the choice of what they want to do. And so you're not always going to be able to get advice from somebody that has done a video, but oftentimes people are serving in both ways. I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, so I don't see any questions in the chat at this time. Oh, one just popped up. One came in from Ali. He's asking, does the platform have meaningful opportunities for biology pre-med majors, or something related to that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we're about to launch with, and they're not official partners yet, but for Texas Children's, for example, we just invited 800 professionals from Texas Children's to be advisors. And MD Anderson and UT Health. So we're just getting healthcare rolling. I'd say that we're probably 6 months away from having any meaningful internships in that arena. But I don't know what year you are, but next year I think we're going to be really big in that space. And in the meantime, talk to the advisors and check out the videos. There's some great doctors out there that have made videos, physicians, all different types of roles in healthcare. And I'd expect we'll add 20 or 30 in the next month. So just keep checking. And if you register and you say you're interested in pre-med or anything healthcare related, the system, as new advisors pop in, will actually tell you there's a new advisor, a doctor from UT Health. And so you'll get that notification, but just keep an eye out, because we'll keep adding opportunities and professionals to help you.
There's a question about how does the placement process work? Because I think you referenced it, and I guess you will follow up, or they'll receive messages from you, but will you share more about your process?
Yeah, Rebecca, will you pull up the job form, and then let's click on one of the jobs and show how they apply through our applicant tracking system. So you'll see a description here, this digital marketing internship, which is still available. You would go down to the bottom, you read through it, go down to the bottom and apply here. Your application would actually go to us. We'll screen your resume and give you a call and have a little chat, make sure that it's aligned with what they're looking for. And if so, then we forward it to them. And then they'll let us know if you've made the round for interviews. And if the answer is no, then we'll, like I said, one of our coordinators will get back to you and say, look, that didn't work out, or that did work out, but here's some other things we have.
Yeah. And we try to, if, for example, your resume may need a little bit of work, or just if we maybe think that you would benefit from, practicing interviewing and stuff like that, we'll also help you by referring you to using the toolkit that Gretchen showed, and also to talking with the candidate coaches that we have. So you can schedule a call with sorry, they're not showing up. So the candidate coaches, basically, for example, we have folks from Hydric, which is a big recruiting firm, that basically you can schedule a call with them, and they'll be able to give you professional feedback focused on either like improving your resume or your cover letter or the interviewing skills.
And these are people that don't typically do this work. They're placing CEOs and board level candidates in jobs. So these are very experienced professionals in the HR arena that are offering their time for you, and they'd love to help you. So, I hope everybody takes advantage of that. And I do think, quite frankly, our job forum, like I said, we're early stages, but the advisor forum, there's so much knowledge and wisdom in there, and those people really want to talk to you. And I've had a dozen or so of people I know say, hey, Paul, I've only been asked for one consultation. So these people are ready to go, and they can't wait to talk to you.
There's a question about advisors or jobs in the mental health field. I can answer. I know for sure that we have at least one psychologist on, because I actually filmed her video with her. Do you want to check, Rebecca? Just do a search for maybe counselor and see how many we have.
Yeah, I started typing in mental health, and You know, we have some staff therapists, people who have done social work before in mental health. And then you mentioned the video?
No, I was just wondering, I was wondering how many, because that was a question, is do we have advisors? I don't know about jobs.
Yeah, I think jobs, we're still working definitely on, you know, getting more partners in the healthcare industry and stuff like that. But I know we had some Kelsey-Seybold jobs at some point. They might not be open anymore, but we're constantly adding. And then Paul, do you have a sense of if the supply chain opportunities only revolved around oil and gas? Somebody's asking.
I think so right now. Yes, I think it's all energy related. But if you have, you know, I'll say it again, if there's a type of job you're looking for or a type of advisor you're looking for, and they're not on the platform, please email us, admin@CareerSpring, because we will find those. I mean, we will do it. And it may not be tomorrow, but if you give us a little bit of time, we'll find professionals from across the country that are involved in this. And we're trying to figure out where the demand is. You know, there happens to be a lot of people in energy and finance, and now it's going to be healthcare because we think those are industries that there's high demand. But if we find that there's great demand for a new industry, you know, we have the arts. I mean, we've got opera singers, Broadway singers. You know, there's a lot of different people on the platform that have very unique backgrounds, and we want to make sure we're not pigeonholing students saying, hey, you have to be in one of these areas. So let us know what you're looking for and we'll find it.
IT. Yeah, we're trying to partner with some tech organizations to get some more of those. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay saying it because I know they want to do this. We just partnered with an organization called Tech Pact. And I think they've got 500 members now, and they're literally a technology group that are focused on bringing technology to more underprivileged communities. And so their members are about to be launched as advisors on our platform. So that's another area that we're going to be really big in. And a lot of the companies they work for now want to be partners too. And check it out right now. Actually, if you go to the advisor forum and you put in technology, Rebecca, you're going to see a bunch of technology people out there already.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So. Yeah, so what you can do is either type in the keywords at the top, or you can kind of use the filters down here.
The other thing is you can type in, you can see like Miles, if you go to the top again, sorry, Rebecca. Miles, if he has a bird next to his name, that means he was first gen grad himself. And so we have a filter mechanism where if you just want to talk to first gen college graduates, you can click on that and you'll only get the professionals that are first gen. So, you know, that may be something that's important to you, somebody that went through a lot of the same experience as you. So right now, like Miles is on there, Kimberly, Willie Edwards, you can just scroll down. These are all people that these people are actually at a company called Refined Technologies, but you can see the different people at different jobs. And I'd be surprised if we don't have 15 or 20 professionals from the tech industry.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions about registering or actually using the platform?
It should only take 5 minutes to register. And we have a little video at the end, a few minutes. And yeah, there's a question that says, can you have multiple mentors? Yeah, to be clear, you don't get matched with one for a long period of time. Rather, you could talk to 450 if you're diligent enough. I mean, the idea is, my view is that mentoring is great, but the challenge with mentoring is many professionals don't have the time for that. But the bet we're making is that there are 10,000 plus professionals across the US that have time for a call once a month with a young person that's looking to break into their industry. And so these people are all available. And if there's a specific industry you want to get into, like technology, if I were in your shoes, I'd talk to them all. Why not? You're going to learn from them 30 minutes of your day over the course of a year. You can build a huge network of people. And then those people, if there's not a job on our platform, they can help you find a job. right? We don't want you calling them and saying, hey, can you please find a job for me? But as you build a relationship with these people and you let them know that you'll be looking next summer or whatever it is, they're going to want to help you. That's why they're on here.
There's a question that just came on that I love. How can we give back to the platform after getting into our career? We talk about this all the time. First of all, you have a heart of gold. We love you. We want people who get placed to come back and be advisors. That is our goal, is for this just to be this great big family that cares about one another. So thank you for that question. Register, let's get you a job, and then you can be an advisor for us. How about that?
Yeah, and hopefully you could make a video, about your career. If if you're working at a company and they're able to donate, that would be great too. Or if you're working at a company that, has access to clients or partners and they want to partner with us, or, stuff like that, that could also work out really well.
There's a question, Rebecca, about bookmarking advisors. I know you can bookmark videos. Can you talk a little bit about that and whether or not you can bookmark an advisor?
That's a great question. I think I'm not sure if it's like officially bookmarking them, but I think when for sure when you message someone, they'll show up as like an advisor, or when you book a consultation, have a video chat for the first time, that person will show up in your dashboard as one of your advisors.
And for videos, if you find a video you like, you can put that in your own video library. So you can hold those in your own video library. And after you have an experience, we didn't talk about this, but advisors will give you feedback. So I've had a few of these, and afterwards I'll say, hey, yeah, I think you're on the right track. There's some things I'd focus on, talk to these people. So they're going to give you feedback, and actually you give them feedback too. So we want to know. So if an advisor is just almost like an Uber driver, tell us. So you can give, if you have a good or bad experience, you can let us know, and others will be able to see it.
Yeah, so for example, you'll see when you get the matches, or whenever you're searching in the advisor form, you can usually see if a person has completed consultations. It'll say like 4 consults completed or something like that. And sometimes, if they have public reviews, they'll share like all the stars. But I will say, I look at the consultations and the ratings and all of that. And all of our advisors so far, all the consultations have had like stellar ratings. Like everybody's, leaves happy with the advice they got. So that's, something to encourage you to take advantage of it. Yeah, the Cooks passcode is active. What I also ran into that issue when I tried to copy and paste it. So maybe if that's what you did, maybe that's why it says you can't find it. But if you just type it in all caps, it should work. Okay, great.
Thanks, Sarah.
Rebecca, do you want to show the group section?
Yeah.
This is all U of H students.
Okay, yeah. So the group section is not really being used so much right now, but maybe this is something that, U of H students can start to utilize. So we have a general forum where, you could potentially post, if you know of like a first gen scholarship or a conference or something like that you would want to share with others on the platform, you could do that here. The only other group that we have right now is this one that's for a scholarship in Chicago. But if y'all were interested, we could do something like a U of H group where y'all could share U of H specific events or opportunities that have to do with first gen or low income students. Okay.
Okay, so in the chat, there's a student saying he typed the password, but it's giving him the same messages before.
Yeah, let me try it and see what's going on.
Okay. And then we can always grab the student's email and follow up with them after the session too.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Looks like if you refresh the page, that may work. Some of the students are having success that way.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
We have all of you. please know that we are always looking for new partners. So if, now that you know who we are and what we're doing and our mission, please let us know if you know of any other nonprofits that are, any schools or nonprofits that are serving first-gen students. We're very much out there this year, just letting people know that we're here and would love the opportunity. So you could use that admin email if there's somebody that you think would like to hear about us and our services.
And I want to take the opportunity to thank U of H for giving us the opportunity to share with you all. And it says a lot about the school and this administration, the people here that want the best for you. And they're willing to take the time because they have a lot of other things they could be doing today and for the months leading up to this. So thanks to U of H team for pulling this off and supporting our work.
Yeah, and we just want to thank Rebecca, Gretchen, and Paul for working with us since the fall semester to really roll this out to students. About half of our students at UH are first-generation college students, and so having internships, full-time positions is so important for them to build their network and experience in the field. We'll go ahead and share that registration link and those steps for everyone that attended today. But if you all can also give us any feedback, I'll give you a link in the chat, just letting us know how the session went today, how we can make it better for you all. But also remember to connect with your career counselors. We have one for every college to continue to support you and prepare you for maybe internships and then also interviews for these opportunities as well. So thanks again to the CareerSpring team, and that wraps up our session today. Once again, I'll put the link in for the recording. It'll be available within the next couple of days. So if you have friends or classmates that missed the session, they can come back on and watch the recording. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.